Hey, we are live to play some Rocket League and talk about the Royal Rumble. We hope that a bunch of you end up showing up and tuning in here. I see Aaron is already here in chat. That's cool to see. And yeah, we'll get into a game here. But John was like, "Hey man, you want to do a Rocket League stream and talk Rumble?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I do." So here we are. John, if you want to say anything before we get into this game or anything like that, let's just go.
Guys, I love the calm. I picked a team here. I love the calm, relaxed tones that we got going on here. So for the next hour or so, just ease your seat back. I know Aaron's got his herbal tea. Enjoy the herbal tea. Enjoy our soft, calm discussions of what was a very interesting Rumble pay-per-view. And let's just talk about it, man. It's all good shit.
I don't
So
think
what do you
anyone
want?
tuned into this expecting ASMR.
I mean, with my voice, I feel like it's a positive exception rather than a negative rule. You know, I know ASMR doesn't really do it for a lot of people. I know present company included, but I would like to think my voice is nice and soft on the
You know
eardrums
what?
when
It
it wants
really
to be.
depends on
Yeah,
what the ASMR is, because like people eating, no thanks.
yeah, that's gross. We don't do that here. It's gross.
We don't do that
But
here.
but but no, I'll tell you, man. What
Dude, great shot. That's going in. Oh, damn it, no, it's not.
oh damn.
But
Dude,
that is.
bro, did you kind of want to? I mean, I don't want to like make this too guided because I feel like a nice, relaxed. I mean, two guys chilling, playing games, and talking wrestling should be enough. But did you want to talk about the men's rumble first, since that's freshest in our mind? Or
Yeah,
did you want?
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where we really struggled with the men's rumble, at least especially on my end, just struggled to even watch it because of the poor streaming options that we had. And by the way, I also wanted to kind of justify why we use streaming options at all. We've used the network before, and the problem with the network is that it is kind of out of sync depending on where you live. So if John and I were living in the same house and or even in the same neighborhood and we could just meet up and both watch it on the same thing, we would probably share a network subscription. But because we live in different states, one of us is always a few seconds ahead of the other, and with the network there is no adjusting that. There is no way to like pause and play and resume and or skip ahead or anything like that. There's no way to do any of that. So we started just using the other streaming options as a way to try and make sure that we were able to synchronize with each other. But now the problem is that tonight they kept getting taken down. So it was kind of a disaster, and really, really unfortunate because I feel like it really ruined what ended up being a genuinely great men's Royal Rumble to me.
Yeah.
But we went back and we rewatched that Rumble afterwards. Like literally, immediately after the Rumble ended, John was like, "Oh, hey man, I want to make some food, so we're not gonna be able to play Rocket League right away." And I was just like, "Dude, if you're gonna be eating, do we just want to watch the Rumble?" And he was like, "Yeah, that sounds perfect." So we watched the Rumble, and that's kind of how things have gone. Like I was like, "Hey man, do you want to just watch the Rumble?" He was like, "Yeah." And then he afterwards, he was just like, "Dude, I'm gonna go brush my teeth, but then do you want to go do a Rocket League stream?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So we're just like both coming up with mutually fun ideas for each other tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the energy's just been really, really nice since the show. Because I think you and I don't want to like project onto you, but I know for me, I think it was part like just so grateful and relieved that we got to the technical side of it with the streams, and then just I really did have a kind of afterglow from the men's rumble because of
Oh
the
shit!
two. Oh, that's gonna go in. But you remember our new? Oh no, it's not.
I
Holy
saved it.
crap!
I saved it, but that's in still.
Let's just keep playing because, like we said, oh, you
Oh
left.
God, I left. Yeah, you're right. You're
It's
right
okay.
there.
For subsequent games, though, we'll just keep playing, but we'll just keep talking now. It's all right between me setting up a new game here. Between the two rumbles this year, I will say, men's rumble. I don't know if I'd call it like one of the best anything, but it was a genuinely good rumble. Women's rumble, though, I even told you, and I'm glad that I saved like a lot of my points for the stream. But I did say that I feel like the women's rumble is one of the worst rumbles I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I really did not care for
So
it. I'm gonna pick a team, but
before we keep talking though, I just want to address we've got Aaron in chat, we've got Mark in chat, we've got Abel in chat, Kid Coheed, and Jackie all in chat. And we're actually at 9 live viewers right now, which is pretty high for like a 1:30 a.m. stream, I feel like. And we did get a highlighted message from Kid Coheed. He said, "I'm still hyped over Drew. Fuck, he did it. From being Dave Taylor's geeky little friend to now his #1 contender at WrestleMania."
Kiko said you guys can call me Scott. Well, we got developments all over the fucking place today. All right,
Great
I'm here for it.
Scott!
I'm here for it. Absolutely.
I'm sure you've heard that joke billions of times by now.
But yeah, Jackie, I'm actually so glad you're here because I wanted to ask you personally. I know I won't be able to see your message like while I'm playing this game, obviously, but I just said that women's rumble is one of the worst that I've seen. How do you feel about that? Because I know you are the aficionado of women's wrestling, and you're recently turned heel on Abel, so like I feel like really linked up with you more than ever before. So yeah, just let me know. Let me know what you're feeling. If it's a strong disagree, I respect that. But I just felt like really the two highlights of the match for me, and we've been talking about this, were Naomi's return, because God, I missed her so much. And her aesthetic, she had the aesthetic at the Royal Rumble tonight.
Oh my God, yeah.
That afro and just the gear, and I love the crowd's energy, which, by the
I
way...
mean, it's not fair to call it a glow-up, because she was already all about that glow before.
Oh, God. I really got to give credit to the crowd, too, bro. I thought from what I heard, especially for the Men's Rumble, which we did watch more formally, as you noted, after the fact, crowd was pretty strong all night. And Bianca, what a way to present a talent on the big fucking stage.
Yeah, I was talking to John before we went live, guys. Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler combined to eliminate half the fucking field.
Like, that's nuts.
Actually, it was more than half, because they combined for 16 eliminations.
And, like, so that was, like, the really good stuff of the Rumble. I still don't know what Sasha's status is. I've been hearing that, like, she is dealing with a genuine injury. I've been hearing, like, other stuff, you know, kayfabe reasons, and it turned out to be real reasons. Like, the album, I guess, is a very real thing. So I'm just very disappointed Sasha wasn't in it. Disappointed Ruby wasn't in it. Relieved Nia wasn't in it. But fucking Santina, man. Jesus Christ.
So just to go over some of the messages here. Actually, wait until we score again to do it, because we've actually got quite a few messages that I got to catch up on.
Okay, nice. Yeah, sooner or later we'll get this whole streaming thing down, like when we want to interact with the fans a little bit. But right now I'm just enjoying being with you and vibing with everybody.
No. Good save.
Nice.
Did it again. It's 2 clutch saves in a row. Let's make this one count. Oh, that means not chasing the ball when someone's not in goal.
I'm here. I'm positioned. You got this. But yeah, fucking Santina tonight.
I saw Jackie did say that she felt like the Women's Rumble was very disappointing. There we go.
Okay.
Here we go. She said, I missed some parts of it, but man, that Women's Rumble was disappointing. It was disappointing, extremely dull, and very few surprises. And Kid Kohi did say, less Great Scott and more Scotty doesn't know.
There you go. That might actually go.
Scotty doesn't know that Fiona Edgy do it in my van every Sunday.
God, I'm so good. But yeah,
Euro trip. We've watched Euro Trip before, right?
Yeah, we have.
That's
I gotta tell you, you want to talk about
oh wow, that was bad. You got this.
You want to talk about TWitWoW awards? I should actually pencil in Santina for 2020 Women's Royal Rumble as my WTF moment of the year. Or just like any negative award where it would be apropos, that's fucking getting it. That was so goddamn insulting.
You know, it's one of those things where like it was insulting when she won, or when he won, because let's be real, Santina Morella is not actually a trans person.
Right.
But it was even more like. Thing is, it was already insulting when he won that Women's Battle Royal at the one WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal or whatever it was.
Right.
But that was in an era of bullshit like that. Like, that was in an era where you had shit like that, and like it was the Divas era, you know? But this is supposed to be the Women's Revolution era, or the Women's Evolution era, now that they're trying to rebrand it as that. Yeah. And you still do this shit. Like, wow.
Especially too because Santino,
and that has Vince written all over it too.
Yeah, and the really thing is too, because like I'm thankful I didn't get a lot of pushback. One person I think like replied, and I could already tell that they were going to be the type of person replying me. So I just like block them instantly. But like Santino, the person, is like legitimately transphobic. Like he denounces the validity of trans identities, and then you go and you still like embrace that Santina gimmick for comedy shit, which isn't even fucking funny. He's just a gross human being. Like I've always hated him, and now I just feel good in part because I have legitimate reason to hate him because he's a fucking scumbag. And then you do this fucking shit, and like because truthfully, like anybody else, like even a Vanessa Bourne for another NXT spot would have been better than Santina. And I don't even think Tainara would have been better than Santina. Like any actual woman, whether in NXT's pipeline or what, that's gonna go in if they don't stop it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay, now let me read chat real quick.
Sure.
So Sal said, "Screw this women's rumble and screw Charlotte." So Sal's here. We've got 17 live viewers, brother.
That's amazing. Well, I guess me mass tagging worked and promoting it ahead of time too.
Yeah,
So good
Mark
shit.
said, "Outside of the winner, I don't think it was that bad." Jeez. Javara said, "I fucking hate that piece of shit." Charlotte won. And now I've got to alt tab back into the game to make sure that we don't give up goal.
I mean, I'll say
Oh,
too,
there we
guys.
go. That's a goal.
Okay, yeah, you can keep reading checks.
There we go. Okay. Aaron said Shayna should have won, but here we are. Sal said Shayna Baszler and Bianca looked incredible, but damn it, Charlotte. Paul said, "I'll tell you how I felt." Actually, no, I'll just let my actions speak for me. And I'm waiting. I didn't see anything from Paul. But
But I'll say two things because I'm actually glad people brought up Shayna because I don't want to forget about her. I thought she looked great tonight when she was permitted to look great, and I really wish that they really
job.
wish that they
You know what? I'm
really
gonna
wish they would have booked her.
I'm gonna try and get something set up here real quick.
Okay. You let me know when I'm good to talk again.
I'm trying to set up so that the chat is up without me needing to alt tab out of the window. So.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Oh fuck! You should have let me get that. God damn it!
I honestly didn't know your position because you were working on that stuff, so I really didn't know.
Yes. Give me the hit. Give me the hit. Yes! I got the hit. Give me the... Oh, you got it! Oh, fuck!
Oh, whiffed.
Oh, they're going to shoot. Okay. I'm going to get it. There we go. That's in. No, it's not. Damn it. Oh, man. Strong game. I was going to say, why is it not a... Okay, now you know what? Now that we're in between games, I'm going to completely catch up on chat. Okay, let me find that Paul comment. There he is. Okay, now. Sean said, Charlotte, though. Jackie said, the Rumble is one of my favorite match types, and they managed to make it boring. Kid Coheed said, I feel horrible for Santino. He must have shown up getting a comedic spot against Brock, and they had him... Oh, they hand him Santina outfit and wig. Like, damn. Javara said, apparently Io wasn't in it because she had an ankle injury. Yeah, we saw that she had an injury that she might be out for 2 months with. That was caused by the Tope Suicida by Tony Storm in their match on Wednesday. Mark said, thought I spent 5+ minutes on my podcast ranting. Although I spent 5+ minutes on my podcast ranting about Santina this week, though. So FML. And then, yeah, Kid Coheed corrected himself there. Jackie said, I'm not mad Charlotte won, both because I don't watch this product and also I saw that coming. Yeah. Sal said, I feel like Santina was fine donning the Santina gimmick again. And then Kid Coheed said he's not even contracted, so I'd expect he could have just backed out. Jackie said, I thought we agreed years ago that the Santina thing was a bad idea. Sal said, maybe I don't know what one-off appearances are like, LOL. Nubin Co said, yo, John and Ashton, how you doing tonight? Seems like you're having fun on Rocket League. Yeah, I'd say we're having a good time. Kid Coheed, what did Kid Coheed do? Let's see. Kid Coheed did something, but I'm not entirely sure what. Oh, he pinged Sal and said, yes, but remember how much he probably got paid. Too much to turn it down. And then Sal was like, true. Mark said, again, listen to my podcast from this last week. Paul said, but you guys, there's been women in the men's rumble. Well, what I typed out in SpongeBob meme font. So, but you guys, there's been women in the men's rumble. Aaron said, Santina is and was a bad idea. WWE is just passive progressive. Want to appear progressive, I see. Jackie said, way to give a middle finger to your roster, Vince. Scott, I'm going to try and remember to call you Scott. Go ahead. Scott saying, get dressed as Santino or make your entire salary for the year in one night. Highlight message, Javaris. I feel like Santino was in the spot meant for Io because Io had an ankle injury. I'd like to imagine that if Io would have been in this, she and Kyrie would have been the first two, but we'll never know. Mark said, "Does he? Well, fuck him then. I didn't know that." Obviously, replying to you with your, enlightening everybody on Santino's actual take on trans people.
Yeah, which to clarify, because there's a message later down where Kid Coheed corrects me, but he said Santino's original comments were related to MMA. He said there's trans girls that were born boys that are beating the shit out of females, and that's wrong. And he said, I don't want to see women get hurt unnecessarily. He tells us professional wrestling welcomes everybody. So apparently it was more about MMA, but even still, I feel like that's not backed by factual science and stuff like that. So I still have a problem with it. Yeah. But maybe I should be more careful with my wording there.
So there was another highlighted comment here from Noob & Co. He said, hopefully we won't get Becky versus Charlotte Flair around 9,000. I mean, the alternative is Charlotte versus Bayley, which means Mark is going to be just devastated, just destroyed.
Yeah.
Kid Kogi, or Scott, sorry, I'll get it right eventually. He said, I've never heard of the transphobic stuff from Santino. Paul said, my action was literally stopping watching the show. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Mark said, we're getting Charlotte Becky again, sadly. Mark, I mean, I wouldn't be too confident about that, brother. It's definitely, seems to me like that's the more likely scenario, but you just never know with WWE. Raquel Kami, 1989. I just hate that they had Shayna fall for the simplest trick eliminations to not fall for. It's not Dragon Man, is it? I don't know who that is. I wish we knew who that was.
Identify yourself.
Yeah, let us know who you are on YouTube so that we know who to associate you with. Javaris said, also, why was Sasha not in the Rumble? Yeah, I think, John, did you see that already, that comment?
Yeah.
Said, selling a fake injury. Abel said, I'm just happy Drew won. I didn't expect that. Yep. Aaron said, so the women's division in WWE goes back to the dark ages. Oh, well, I've got Gato move superior promotion, I feel. Javar said, I legit cried when Edge came out. Scott said, Santino says his comments were about Fallon Fox. Still shitty, but he wasn't not hating trans people. Javaris asking if Keith Lee is injured. Jackie said, I know he got paid for that spot, but there's this thing called ethics. Yeah, no kidding. Scott said, unless Becky drops the belt between now and Mania to Ronda. Oh, no. Jackie said he didn't have to take that money or take that spot. Somebody braver would have turned that down. Exactly. And it's Davin Miller from YouTube. Okay. That's who Drakel Kami 1989 is. It's Davin. All right. I think we can get back into a game now, finally. I've finally caught up on chat, and I should be able to kind of keep an eye on chat now because I have it pulled up beside the Rocket League kind of game window. So I should be able to keep an eye on that now too.
All right, let me pick a team.
Sorry about the long pause there, guys. There was just a lot being said, and I didn't want to leave anyone out. So sorry about that, but now we're back. Now we're going.
That should also make our conversation more fluid, right? Since you got chat pulled up on the side, we don't have to stuff. So anyway, just I'm just trying to think about the points. So fuck Santina, and I still don't like Santino personally because I just have my own opinions about what he said. But focusing on Shayna, I feel like she had. I'm gonna get this.
Oh shit! Sorry, dude.
That's all right.
I'm in goal.
I feel like Shayna had an incredible.
Shayna had an incredible performance. She did.
Yeah, she had an incredible showing. A lot of eliminations. I just wish that they would have committed to that showing because I feel like if you would have had side by side Drew winning a Rumble, which he's never done.
Yeah, I was gonna say now, John. We can't have more than one person who is part of the new generation winning in the same night. That's a little too much.
Yeah, that's a bit ludicrous.
A little too much of a rub to Triple H and the NXT folk.
Yeah. But fucking, I really wish they would have had Shayna win. And really, even the drama with the back and forth wasn't that great. I feel like you're always going to have built-in drama when Roman's a final two with somebody because he's fucking Roman. But
that's going in.
That's all right. But yeah,
let me catch up on chat again, though. Because, man, chat's going really fast. So Javaris said, personally, I don't think Ronda is coming back until at least SummerSlam. Mark said, unless we're getting Ronda, Charlotte, Becky again, Ronda's probably staying away for now. Obviously, I'll resume when we're in a place for me to.
But yeah, damn. I just really wish that they would have pulled the trigger on Ronda tonight. Or, excuse me, on Shayna. Because my mind's all over the place now.
I was going to say, there's still a distinct possibility, though, that we get Bailey, Charlotte, and then Becky, Shayna still.
Yeah. I mean, because again, Bailey
And if you're
Charlotte
anyone
do
but
have-
Mark, I feel like that's almost preferred to another Becky versus Charlotte match.
I can't do Becky Charlotte again. I really
But
don't
that's
want
what
to.
they're going to do if they don't do what I just said.
Yeah. I mean, that's like people making a big deal about, like, there was a time where people really wanted Orton and Cena to work a Mania, like, one-on-one. And I'm just like, how would it be any different from all the other matches they've worked, despite, like, the stage itself being different? Like, I'm not a believer in that. All right, you can resume reading chat.
Sal said, I'm probably going to be inactive from here on out because I'm going to sleep, but I'll still be here in the background lurking, like always. LOL. Mark said, Charlotte is a heel, so I can't foresee her going for Bailey. Oh, boy. I mean, Mark, Charlotte might be a heel based on crowd reception, but she's still supposed to be a babyface, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm sure Corey Graves is happy and Ric Flair, because God knows she was being so underutilized before. And you know, dude, you just had to know that she was going to win a Rumble eventually because they've given her everything else. Now I guess all that's left for her to win would be like the women's Money in the Bank contract.
She didn't win that yet?
No, I don't think she did.
Oh. Anyway, Aaron said I pretty much thought Roman was going to win that night because I thought I was proven wrong and drew one. Jackie, the thing, on, getting ready to do a kickoff here. Oh God, oh, I fucked that up. Maybe? Yeah. Jackie said the thing with Shayna is that it's more hinting towards this 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen that's never going to happen. Sal said, is Charlotte even a heel? I feel that she's just incompetent at maintaining alignment and is just a really shitty face. Exactly. That's pretty much exactly right.
Shifting to something a bit more positive, I can't get over the showing Edge had tonight. Fucking incredible for that man.
46 years old.
46 years old, and he looked good. Like, the little interaction between him and AJ, I'm hyped for their Mania match. And yeah, you heard that right, folks. I 100% believe Edge is working with AJ at Mania.
Damn. Whoa, wow.
Yeah, and the look on Edge's face, like, and that's another thing, too, the emotion.
When he first came out, oh my God.
Yeah.
That was glorious.
See, I just wonder how he wants this run next. 'Cause a 3-year deal. He'll be working with them till he's like 49.
Which is how old Jericho is right now.
Yeah. Like, I wonder if Edge, like, hasn't it? Because I imagine he's going to be working very limited dates, as he should. Because, one, I think it's just better for his health. And, two, he's fucking Edge. Like, if you want to keep that momentum.
Okay, I'm just going to say this right now. There's no way I can keep up with chat. So, guys, if you want me to read your message, make sure to highlight it or do something else to make it stand out because I can't get around to every single message. There's just no way.
Unless we just save every, like, message recap at the end of each game. That would be the only other way I could think.
Yeah, that I can do, but I can't keep up with the chat in-game. There's just no way.
There we go. But yeah, like,
holy shit.
It's good that he's working limited dates. One, for his own health, and two, just because I feel like, you know, that keeps the pop strong, that keeps the interest strong, you know, because again, like, I feel like when Brian came back, I thought he'd be able to ride that wave forever, and he got him back, but I was surprised how quickly interest waned, which is why he turned heel. If you want to avoid that with Edge long term,
I mean, I'm sure Edge will get another heel turn before he retires properly.
That would be interesting. That would be very interesting.
If he's going to be here for 3 years, he's going to spend at least a year of that as a heel, for sure.
So I just wonder who, you know, Edge should, like, make kind of put over in his time with the limited dates he's probably going to be working. So, you know, because again, I feel like an AJ match at Mania is definitely going to happen. And I don't know. Just very exciting to think about Edge back in the fold. And maybe he really can go out on his own terms, like, definitively this time. Because I know he got to retire as the world champion and this and that, but nobody wants to leave until they say they're done. So,
exactly, which is what Christian got to do, kind of.
Yeah.
Actually, Christian was kind of fucking forced out, wasn't he? God damn it.
Yeah, because he had, like, concussion issues.
Is that even confirmed? I thought the WWE just quietly retired him for no reason.
I always thought it was
No. Okay, good.
that's okay. I always thought it was because of concussion issues that they did like quietly retire him and not make like a production about it. But
Like the Graves treatment, basically.
yeah. But yeah, Edge coming out. I was even telling Ashton guys, like, I was never really that big of an Edge head. Like, I always loved his work, but he wasn't the guy that I actively anticipated on the card. But even me, I got choked up when he came out. I was like, fuck.
Okay. I'm going to try and catch up in chat now that we're in between games again. All right, here we go. Let's see. Paul said, Bubba said that Brock made Drew and Keith tonight. Well, I guess I can't disagree because I didn't see it, but it sounds like bullshit to me. I mean, it is a Bully Ray take. Yeah, I don't think he made either one of them, but I do love the way he reacted to Keith Lee coming out. That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was one of the best parts of Brock's kind of reign of terror in the ring. Jackie said, Marina and Jessamine just aren't ready, and it might be years before they are. I wish that possibility had never been brought up. It's the most impossible tease for women's wrestling. Then Scott said, hey, she makes Andrade happy. and then Javaris said, dude, fuck Javaris, Rick, and Corey Graves. Charlotte said, or Sean said, LMAO at the genuine surprise that Charlotte hasn't won Money in that. Yeah, I genuinely thought she had. Javaris said Andrade deserves better than Charlotte. Let's call a spade a spade. Aaron said Edge showing up was nice. Scott said Edge took neck moves. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He took a neck breaker. He took a Pele to the neck region. Like, yeah, man. Javaris said, and apparently AJ may have a neck injury. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, fuck.
I thought he might have had a knee injury. I didn't hear anything about the neck thing. Mark said it's not logical without provocation for her to want to win the belt from anyone besides the person she has all this damn history with. I'm going to cry about Edge. Oh, well, I disagree. Because who beat her for the SmackDown Women's title the last 2 times? Fucking Bayley.
Yeah. I just want to interrupt your reading of the live chat with excellent news. So this night is like starting to turn around a bit.
Oh.
Apparently the Raw team, Tom Phillips is replacing Vic Joseph, dude. We got Tom Phillips back.
Yes!
I know. I fucking know. I love Tom.
Raw commentary is cool again.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This is doubly good for me because I've been saying forever and why I was so heartbroken. I love Phillips's call of the insane elbow, and him and Kyrie are back on the same brand.
Yes! Insane elbow! Yes!
I love it. You'll love to see it.
That's awesome. All right, I'm going to resume reading chat now. That's all great news, yeah. So, Noob & Co. said, I'm extremely, and this is a highlighted message, I'm extremely proud of Asuka and Becky and Kairi Sane for this year's Royal Rumble, ranging from their performance and from their in the Raw Women's title match. I don't care if the fans on Twitter say, or I don't care, I'm assuming he meant what the fans on Twitter say about the finish of that match. Hopefully we might see a rematch between Asuka and Becky at WrestleMania 36 or somewhere down the road this year. Hopefully Asuka will have her WrestleMania moment this year. Jesus. Okay. Then Davin said, I think Seth and Edge should be first based on storyline purposes. Yeah, that's fair. I think Seth... Or that's right, yeah, because of the whole like Seth threatening to kill Edge a few years ago. That would make sense.
Yeah, that's true. Payback's a bitch.
Jackie said, speaking of Jericho, what's his excuse? Edge looked amazing. I mean, 3 extra years and a little too much of the bubbly.
Yeah, there you go.
Scott said Edge got years to just work out and fix himself. 2 years ago, Edge was in horrible Jericho shape. That's not unfair. To be fair, though, he was also in that Vikings show, which I can't imagine he was in bad shape for that. And he was in great shape when he was on Haven a few years ago, however long ago that was. Mark, I think we know why Edge retired from his podcast now. Yeah, maybe a little. Javaris, PWI Insider, just reported that AJ apparently has a shoulder injury, not a neck injury. Well, it's still not great, but, you know, it's better than a neck injury for sure. Abel said, what's the Universal title match at WrestleMania? I think that we're not going to know that until Elimination Chamber. I'm guessing we're going to get a SmackDown Chamber to determine the #1 contender for the Fiend's title. Scott said Vic Joseph without Dio Madden isn't worth it. I mean, at the end of the day, doesn't that just mean that Vic Joseph isn't worth it and that Dio Madden was the real star all along?
Yeah, that's what I take from that.
Javara said, plus, why did Alexa pull a Kushida and eliminate Kyrie and Waifu? And for those of you who don't know, when Javaris refers to Waifu, he's talking about Mia Yim. And then Scott said, dislocated shoulder is what's being whispered. Well, Jungle Kiona came back from that in a month. So, I mean, it's a bad injury, but it could definitely be worse.
I wanted to say too. First of all, I do agree. I wanted to say too, as a quick aside, you mentioning the number one contenders rumble that'll probably happen for Fiend's championship.
Chamber.
Elimination chamber. I want Morrison in that so bad. I was telling Ashton, guys, Morrison kills it in fucking chambers. I want him to get a pod spot. Please give him a pod. I would love that shit. Yeah. Oh my god.
All right, last message before we get into another game. Nubin Co said, I remember that moment Rollins threatening Cena by ending Edge's life. All right, I picked a team.
All right. Got even better picking. I'll pick a team as well.
He totally did. He threatened the shit out of Edge's life.
Yeah, now that you guys reminded me of all that, yeah, I'd be psyched for an Edge Rollins program.
I mean, the thing is, though, if he's going to be around for 3 years, we don't have to rush that. Give him the AJ feud first, so really let him show off what he can still do in the ring. Get him ingratiated to the new generation of fans, you know, like...
Absolutely.
Because, like, that's the thing, is, like, if it's not going to be AJ, it should be Brian, and they already teased AJ.
I gotta say, too, guys, we were touching a bit on The Fiend. I really like the strap match tonight. I've been seeing it get, like, mixed reviews on Twitter. I thought for how limiting that match concept can be, those two probably gave us the best strap match we're ever going to see. Yeah. I really loved it. I thought it was great.
Javaris in chat said, John, I'm so sorry that you had to see Morrison get done dirty tonight. I'm here for hugs if you need them. And then Scott said, Morrison, Fiend, Kofi, Bryan, Miz, and Roman in the chamber. Well, no, Fiend wouldn't be in there because it's not for the title. It would be for the number one contendership. So Fiend wouldn't be in it.
Right. Javaris, brother, I love you to death. And by the way, I'm really glad we were able to mend your heart a little because I know Javaris said on Twitter the whole Kobe Bryant news like really broke his heart tonight. Love you, man, and it's deeply appreciated. But Jomo's got plenty of time on his contract. And again, this is his farewell tour, so I'm not expecting him to get the world right away. I still want him to win Money in the Bank this year with my crazy campaigns, so we'll see. But I'd love to see him get in the Elimination Chamber.
Mark said they did the best they could. Jackie said, speaking of good news, Taya was present to support Johnny tonight. John, our faves are just the perfect power couple. Aaron said, it's the Fiend and Bryan. It's going to be good no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, Fiend's still doing it for me, guys. I thought I would have lost interest with some of the mishandling booking-wise, but he really, like...
they made the improvement for you of not having the red light anymore, so that's like a net positive for you, for sure.
It's so funny, though, dude, because I hate that we had the technical issues we did, because one time they don't have the red light, and there's still issues in fully, like, appreciating a Fiend matchup. Yeah, I thought... A lot of the spots were inspired. That end of days style, like Sister Abigail, was cool.
Catch Sister Abigail, yeah, that was.
Yeah, great. That was fucking great.
All you, man, all you.
Brian just taking the beating and just, cause like that's the thing. Anybody can get hurt and like.
Dude, go ahead. You don't have to stop.
No, yeah, because you were saying to your mom, so I didn't know if your mom wanted to make a point.
No, she said that she didn't say anything, which I think she actually just made a noise. I think she's watching us play Rocket League.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like anybody can like get the welts and like take the beating that he took in that type of match. But what I loved is Brian almost told a story with his body in that match because I feel like what kept him going were the fans chanting yes. And normally I would say that in a cliched way, like about a babyface, but very legitimately in the narrative, you could see Brian was like.
Scott just said Taya is likely WWE bound too. Oh, and I'm going to catch up on chat real quick. Javara said also, I'm pretty sure Asuka may have blinded herself with the missed spot. And then Jackie at Scott said she's still got some time on her Impact contract, referring to Taya.
Well, she gave that. Yeah.
Oh, hang on, Aaron has his message in here too.
All right. Well, let me take this.
I was not expecting this to be this fucking active. Like it's blowing my mind how active.
I'm pleasantly surprised, guys. You're showing up all night.
I know. Like we live stream at all the wrong times. We should be doing AM streams more often. God.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know all you guys were night owls. Respect, because I totally hear that. Well, I got the ball if you want to read Aaron's message.
Yeah, I'm going to score here, I assumed. You're going to set me up, right?
Tried to.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was hard. God damn it. Oh, you got that? Yep, great job. In position to hit this, but they are too, and that will go in, but they stopped it.
But I guess because it's still going to be a bit before you read your message. I was, but yeah, like you could very easily tell, like he was haggard, he was breathy at points in the match, but like he kept going every time people chanted yes. So I love the story he told with his body, like literal body
Dude,
fucking language going on here.
That's what's so great when someone's actually over.
Yeah,
like, that's the correct kind of over.
Yeah, for fucking sure. And they really made him competitive with the Fiend too. I couldn't believe he got out of the claw the first time. Okay, I'm gonna put this in. Oh, I thought I was. Shit, they hit that ball higher than I thought. Got out of the claw the first time, and then the strap as like an accoutrement to like the yes lock. That was really cool.
There we go.
Okay, now you can read.
Yeah, well, now I've got more messages to catch up on. Aaron said, considering that Taya dropped the Impact Moment title to Jordan Grace, that does seem that Taya is likely going to go to WWE. Jackie said, no, she didn't drop it because of that. She dropped it because the Knockouts division is a mess. And now I'm going to get back into... What happened to you, dude? I was going to say, you just weren't going anywhere.
Yeah, sorry
you
about
all tabbed
that.
out there.
Yeah.
Checking the old chat.
But, no, I mean, if Taya is WWE bound, she's given Impact some quality. I mean,
Isn't she almost 42, though?
Is she? I
I
wouldn't be
want to say
surprised.
she's in her late 30s as well. I mean, it doesn't really matter because she's still really good. Let's see. Aaron said, I work second shift, so this is my downtime. Javara said, considering I'm pulling all night to beat DBZ Kakarot, it's cool to be here.
Javaris, man, I gotta ask you something on the side of that, because I do want to keep it primarily to Rumble, but you've been like raving over DBZ Kakarot. I just can't get into DBZ's shift to an RPG style gameplay. I hate RPG for the most part. There are like few exceptions to that rule. So I'm wondering like how you feel.
I think it
about
depends on the fighting style. Like if you actually have control over your character's fights, then John's more into it.
Okay,
right, John?
There we go. Yep, that's gonna go in, bud.
All right, cool. Now maybe I can catch up. Mark said, I'm always up at this time, although I'm starving because I have to fast for a doctor appointment tomorrow. Yeah, that sucks. Sal said, I have chronic hiccups and a cough as a result of my flu shot, so I'll probably be here for a while without sleep. That's unfortunate. Oh, this is a good shot.
I'm glad we can all be here together, and I hope that we're making you guys, those that are struggling, whether you're fasting for medical stuff or you're just sick or whatever. Hope we're making that a bit easier for you all. Got that, bud? No.
Yes. I see Aaron has it. Oh, that was too fast.
I figured. Damn.
No, not today. Whoa. Oh, you fucker. God damn it, Tex. Is that Tex? That's Tex, right?
Yep, Tex and Sundown.
Give me the fuck. Yes. Oh. Okay. No. Back to Aaron. He said, that wouldn't surprise me either, Jackie. I don't watch Impact. I just saw that Taya dropped the title. And then Mark said, this makes me want to play Rocket League. Paul said, I mean, the division being a mess is also a reason to leave for the WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, WWE doesn't exactly do their women as well as they like to preach doing. So then Scott said, I'm usually up most of the night every night. Jackie said, I'm a night person, I'm assuming she meant, and I'm enjoying a Boomerang subscription to watch Scooby-Doo. Oh my god, that's amazing. Javaris, it's a very good game, but it's an amazing experience to watch the DBZ adventure with the dope team that made the Naruto Storm games. And
I have Ninja Storm 4, so I know what you mean, Javaris. They did an amazing job narratively on those games.
And then Paul said, but I grant you the WWE doesn't exactly scream stable. Yeah, I mean, financially maybe, but that's about the extent of it. And we are caught up on chat, by the way. I actually did a pretty good job of keeping up with chat during the goal breaks there. If we just get like a 15, 20 to nothing game, I'll be able to have plenty of breaks to be able to keep up with chat, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, and if we're going to do it anywhere, it's here.
That is true. Or we'll give up a goal in 30 seconds here. I'm going to pick a team. But yeah, I also wanted to say, now that we're in a more relaxed space, Man, Andrade and Humberto Carrillo. I hope that match gets the appreciation it deserves.
I'm
Really
sure it'll
proud
get
of
the
those guys
appreciation it
tonight.
deserves when they rematch tomorrow night on Raw. Because I
Yeah,
guarantee you.
Yeah, I know you said that too, and I agree with you. It's not that you're wrong. It's just it's a shame because like I wish that match could just be appreciated for what it was, not oh we're gonna get it again anyway, so I didn't miss anything. Because like they really do. I think that was the best match they've had, and
Oh, wow.
I'm not even.
That speaks volumes because they've had some bangers.
They have. I just really enjoyed it. Umberto seemed really competitive, and I gotta give credit too to an unexpected source. Now again, I'd have to watch the show all the way through to see what grade they get, but specifically for the men's rumble and Carrillo Andrade, and I'm guessing they did well for Fiend Bryan as well, but I don't want to be presumptuous. Commentary did a pretty fine job tonight to me. Like even Booker T for the men's rumble wasn't too annoying. Like I had a few like, but other than that, yeah, they were pretty solid. Because if commentary's job is like to get the story over and relay it to the audience, I feel like they did that really well with both Carrillo Andrade and Drew,
fuck you.
and Drew winning the Rumble.
Yeah. Not again. God damn it! I keep missing.
That's okay. I hit and I may score.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Yes. Whew. Okay, Sal said AEW Scream stable. Not with their women's division, but because everyone's in a fucking stable for some reason.
Yeah.
And then Javara said, I do hate that they cut out the final flash in the Cell Trunks fight. I don't know anything y'all talk about, but sounds fun.
But yeah, I did not watch enough of Sheamus Shorty. Did anybody see that match in full? Because I only saw like I'd say the back half of that match, like the second half. So I don't know if it was just what we expected because I know Sheamus went over. But yeah, that didn't seem too bad. God, Rumble had the chance to be good. Even Charlotte winning, they still could have made it a better Rumble on the whole because they had the great moments again with Bianca dominating and Naomi kind of doing her thing. But
ooh, that's high.
So how soon do you think we're going to find out who Drew and Charlotte picked to face?
I mean, it's pretty clear to me that Drew's going after Brock. There's no question there.
Yeah, but I just mean kayfabe-wise. Do you think they're just going to have it all done tomorrow or like in 2
I think
weeks?
Drew will be tomorrow. Charlotte will drag it out like a bitch.
Yeah. Aren't they both on Raw, too? So Raw brand won both Rumbles. Wow.
Well, they failed miserably at Survivor Series, so it's not too surprising that they won both.
I'll be honest, Charlotte winning the Women's Rumble, oddly enough, was partially why I thought, like, I already picked Roman to win, but, like, when it came down to him and Drew, like, I didn't get my hopes up, because I'm like, well, Raw already took the Women's Rumble. Can they take both? And then when Drew got
By the way,
Claymore,
Paul did a highlighted message, and he literally said, oh, I better put out something incredibly profound and witty. I got nothing. So that was that.
At least you're more honest than WWE creative.
Fuck. Go in.
Oh, god damn it.
God damn it. Did you get hit or something?
No, I got boost taken from me. I was looking for one of those turbo boosts, and they got it before I did.
I got it. Yes. Give me the bounce. You. Oh, god damn it. I landed wrong. Oh, that's too fast. God damn it. I got a demo.
Also love, too, because me and Ashton were talking about this, I love how Brock low-blowed Ricochet on Raw, and then Ricochet gives Brock his receipt with a low-blow at the Rumble. That was great, too.
Yeah, I wish you would have brought that up at a time that wasn't us getting scored on, because now I feel like it's going to get brushed over, but...
Well, no, I'll just reiterate, that Brock low-blowing Ricochet on Raw, and then Ricochet giving him his receipt tonight, I thought that was a great piece of writing. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Wow. Can you guys seriously fuck off right now? Jesus Christ. I can't even get my wheels underneath me. And, oh my god. Oh my god. And my controller, or my thumb, whichever is malfunctioning, is just decided, and that's going to go in. Oh, you're there. I didn't realize you were there. I didn't even see you. Great job, bud. Okay, now, Abel said Otis should be in the SmackDown Chamber match since he was robbed of his Rumble spot.
That was another great part of the Women's Rumble was the Otis saving Mandy. I know you mentioned that, Ashton. I thought that was pretty inspired.
That was awesome.
Speaking of inspired, kudos to Naomi for, utilizing engineering 101 knowledge, because she took the announced tabletop and she used the bridge between the table and the steps rather than just doing the leap. I thought that was so cool.
She's totally gonna pull it off the leap too. So I think it was really just her trying to be humble.
Yeah.
Or maybe just trying to show off an aspect of her skill set that wasn't exclusively athleticism.
Yeah.
I appreciate that too, because I'm sure that you know, she's probably sick of being known exclusively as that athletic one. You know.
Yeah, she's like, I can do mental
Like,
gymnastics
fuck you, I'm
too.
smart too. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Is there anything else about the Rumble you want to talk about? Oh, well, actually, there is one other thing I want to talk about. Because I don't want to forget any points when we go offline, and then I don't want to be like to you, oh, damn, I wish I would have mentioned this, which I'm probably going to do anyway. Really liked how they handled the Seth, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, Buddy Murphy, like all those people, that story, because
Alistair got dragged into it now.
Because Alistair got dragged into it, and that means he's moving up the fucking card, baby.
Does it really, though? Because Seth isn't in the world title picture anymore.
He isn't, but he's still like a top guy on the fucking brand. I would say so.
Yeah.
When you get to associate with a former Universal Champion, Samoa Joe, who's just got that credibility every time a microphone's in his hands, and Seth Rollins, who has been the guy for a long time, I feel like, even without the title. Yeah, it's good for Alistair. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah. I would definitely consider this a promotion for him. Yeah. And speaking of Alistair, I wish he would have stayed in the Rumble longer, and I wish circumstances had it where, like, he could have made the Final Four, but the fucking black mass he got on Drew tonight was just perfection.
It was. I was really surprised when he hit that, too, because it seems like they were just protecting the shit out of Drew.
If my hands weren't full, I would do a chef's kiss. That's how fucking amazing that black mass was.
It was pretty great. Pretty exquisite.
Absolutely. So I really do hope, like, I'd love if, if we got Buddy Murphy, Alistair again, they really are a fight forever pair, so I wouldn't mind, but I would have Buddy go over because of the squad he's now running with. And I would like to build it up to where we get a Black Seth Rollins one-on-one match, but I'm not holding out hope.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened within the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Tavares was just like, but it's Sethington, though.
Yeah.
Scott did say Owens, Joe, and Black will need one more teammate. I mean, I hope you're right, because I hope that Big Show is gone for a while again. But
yeah,
like Big Show is probably like the fourth, and they just have to wait until he comes back, and then we'll get a big surprise return again.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anything that you wanted to kind of broach the topic of as it comes to Rumble? I feel like we've exhausted pretty much everything, but if there's anything you can think of, I mean, you definitely have. Because we know,
I mean, I actually have been kind of sitting on this all night. I feel like the way that they booked Brock in those first, 15 people coming out reminded me of the way that Lucha Underground booked Matanza in his first appearance in Aztec Warfare.
I wonder if DeJoseph had a hand in that at all, because we know he's part of the SmackDown
I really wonder too, because it really felt like it had his fingerprints on it a little bit.
Yeah. And hindsight,
they were telling a story with each entrant.
Yeah, like if you're a Royal Rumble like purist, where it's like, no, a Rumble means like the ring is full and all this calamity is happening, I can understand why the first half was like a real dud to you. But I think seeing
honestly, to me, the biggest disappointment is that they because I'm the type that I've been waiting for somebody to be so dominant in the Rumble that they end up by themselves for a few spots. I'm just disappointed that they wasted that shit on fucking Brock.
Yeah.
I wanted that to be Drew, and it was Drew tonight, but it wasn't. He didn't. His version of it tonight was overshadowed by Brock, obviously.
Yeah.
Because he did it for 3 people, and then Brock did it for third fucking team.
I hated that he eliminated both Braun and Keith Lee. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I will say, though, Keith Lee got a really, really strong showing. I feel like, God, people saying, oh, Brock made Keith Lee tonight is a little extreme, but he definitely gave him a bit of a rub, for sure.
Dude, I'm telling you, simply because I think Keith Lee is on the older side and everything as well, mid-30s, maybe even a bit later.
I was going to say, I don't think he's as old as we thought he was, either. I think he's 33 or 35. He's 35.
I'm calling my shot now, and Javaris, I don't know how you feel about this. I know you're a huge fucking Keith Lee fan. I could almost see Keith Lee getting the Finn Balor type push when he first came to Raw, where I could see him contending for the WWE or Universal title, whatever title is on the brand. almost immediately upon being called up. I don't think they're going to waste time with him. And if they do, I'll be shocked. Because, like, he definitely has the charisma and the magnetism, and he's got the size and the presence where, like, if you were to put him on the marquee and be like, this guy, even if I didn't know who he was, like, this guy is challenging for the WWE Championship, I'd be like, yeah, seems legit. So I see him getting, like, a pretty fast main event push, and it's going to be one of those ones where I actually feel like he can sustain it.
Fuck. You know what? I just realized I haven't attempted a single tail whip goal all night. It's, like, disappointing to me. It hurts my soul. Fuck you. Fucking Iceman, dude.
So Keith Lee was great. Really, the biggest disappointment as far as, like, surprises and showings, they got rid of Matt Riddle so quickly. I hated it. And they got rid of him because of fucking Corbin. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Who, as you noted, Corbin also eliminated Matt Riddle at Survivor Series. I know you were telling me that earlier.
Yeah, because there was the whole sequence where Riddle got the roll-up pin on Orton, and then Orton was pissed, and he hit the RKO on Riddle, but obviously he couldn't pin him because he was already eliminated by Riddle. So Corbin ran in and got the pin on Riddle. So Corbin has eliminated Riddle in both the Royal Rumble and Survivor Series now.
If WWE was really into that long-term booking, you have a ready-made feud for Riddle when you want to call him up to the main roster. Because you could just have him work a little mini program with Corbin. Oh. Great job.
There we go.
So I really just wish Matt Riddle had a better showing, but Keith Lee was exciting. Honestly, I'm surprised some storyline threads didn't get picked up. Like, I thought Knock and Braun would be able to interact. They didn't. I thought Morrison and Miz would be able to interact with Biggie and Kofi. They didn't. So I wonder how much of that, though, is going to go to the fucking Saudi show.
I was going to say, I wonder if we're going to get Miz and Morrison versus Biggie and Kofi on SmackDown, or if they are going to try and do that at the fucking Saudi show.
God, those fucking Saudi shows. Can't stand it.
They're the worst thing about the programming right now, and that speaks volumes because there's a lot bad with the programming right now.
Yeah, there are a lot of things aspiring to be contenders.
Aspiring. There are a lot of things that are contenders, brother.
Yeah. I guess I should say aspiring to get that nod as contenders. It's a bit late. My verbiage isn't exactly in the correct order as it should be.
That's English for you, man. English is garbage.
True facts.
English is the worst language I know.
Yeah, Mark Schoeneman pointing out at least the Kane rumor was fake. Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, dude, he wasn't even in it. Neither Kane was in it. The Big Red Machine or Velasquez.
Yeah, that's true. And Tyson Fury wasn't in it, thank fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, I will say, considering that we were projecting very early on some of the worst case scenarios, that makes Drew winning even better than it already was. And, like, it was already pretty fucking good.
Yep.
Now it's just the question if WWE's going to commit or if they're going to treat Drew like Roman and have him, like, lose 3 WrestleManias before maybe finally beating Brock at, like, an irrelevant pay-per-view.
I was going to say, I think it was Ace the Skylord on Twitter was just like, finally Drew's getting his chance. And I was just like, dude, don't get my hopes up. I am so happy for Drew, but I have zero expectation of him actually beating Brock at Mania. As amazing as that would be, I just can't raise my expectations for it to happen.
I think, and I will say this, guys, circling back to Drew, like, the commentary putting him over saying, like, oh, he got fired from WWE, now he won the Rumble. Seeing Drew cry almost broke my heart, like, in the best way, because it's like, oh, my God, you fucking work for this. Passion and hard work sometimes does pay off, and that's coming from a guy that I'd say this world's made me pretty fucking cynical these days. Like, he's a full-blown babyface now to me. Mm-hmm. Like, absolutely. And I was going to say, babyface Drew is total Fave 5 material for me. I am, like, totally vibing with this.
Did you not see me there when you kind of hit me?
Well, I did, but my car was going so fast that, like, I stopped too late. So, yeah.
Oh, my God. I was trying to get out of your way there.
But yeah, I see Drew like cutting a promo and maybe like Brock cuts him off or something. Like I just can't wait to get this show on the road.
I mean, I'm sure Drew's gonna go after the same shit that everyone goes after Brock for. Oh, you're a part timer. You come in here and you take advantage of Vince McMahon when everybody else works their asses off and all that stuff.
Hopefully, he can make it more charismatic than other people have. But I do agree that'll probably be the line they go to.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a shame because I feel like
wouldn't that be funny though? If it was just like, and I eliminated you at the Royal Rumble, and that's exactly why I'm choosing to go after the Universal Championship.
Yeah.
He's just like, I already know I can beat you, Brock. I don't need to do it again.
Yeah, really. Oh man, and then
God,
then
imagine
Cain Velasquez
Drew
music
just
is
swerving everyone and going after the Fiend, and we get fucking Brock Rollins again at Mania.
Well, yeah, I don't know how that works. I mean, because Seth is a heel now, but yeah, damn. All right. Guess already up.
I love how we got two completely opposite viewpoints in chat because Abel was like, Ashton's Scottish accent is pretty on point. And then Paul was like, nice Austrian accent, Ashton. Too bad you're doing a Drew McIntyre impression.
Damn, Paul, you
Paul
savage.
being a sassy bitch over here. Jesus.
I kind of live for it, though, especially when it's not me. I'm going to pick a team. I just think Paul's just afraid that your accent for your like Drew McIntyre impression will be absolutely game changing for when they hire you to do the 2K games, just in case Drew's not available.
Oh, I was really hoping that would go in. That is, yay! Good job, bud.
Yeah, and I was talking to Ashton, guys. I think I'm just gonna stop picking Roman to win Rumbles because he's put more guys over in Rumbles.
You say that now, and then it happens next year.
I mean, it probably will. It probably will, but hopefully we get kind of a nod that that's happening rather than just him, being Roman. There's like an actual straight-like opponent. Yes.
Yay!
Because like we were going over Roman's Rumble record. He's only won one, which I could have. It feels like he's at least won 2 Rumbles, but he's still only in the one. It
feels to me like he's won 3 for sure.
Yeah, great job, dude. And he's
Jackie just put her bid in, and she's right in between. Abel gave me credit, Paul shit on me, and Jackie was just like, oh, he was just okay.
Nice, Jackie. Way to go.
I mean, to be fair, I'm also intentionally trying to be a little bit more quiet, and that throws me off because I have grandparents sleeping upstairs that I don't want to wake up.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
What, man? What's up?
Well, no, I just knew that like wasn't gonna go in, so I'm just racing back to goal, and I'm back. Fuck, what were we talking about? Shit.
Oh, you pricks. They got 2 saves there to stop me from scoring. Pricks.
Damn.
You got this. Oh, shit. Give me the bounce. Yes!
Awesome. I actually did have it in the end. Look at me go. All right. So Edge working with...
Yeah, that's probably why Scott just pointed out that Roman has been in the final 2 of 5 Rumbles. Because remember, dude, he put over, quote-unquote put over, he was second to Batista in 2014, too.
Yeah. That's going to go in if they don't stop it. Maybe if you want to follow up on it.
They're going to try. Ah, I couldn't get high enough.
That's going to be too high. God damn it.
Stark contrast. Not high enough. It was just too high.
Where's Matt Riddle when you need him?
Where's who when you need him?
Where's Matt Riddle when you need him?
I know. Dude, you should have seen Pete Dunne cut a promo. I don't know if you probably saw it, actually. Pete Dunne cut a promo at Worlds Collide. Did you see this?
No.
It was like, I'm a bit blunt. And Riddle was looking around like, what? And then he was like, Matt Riddle is going to smoke the competition. They were going all out. They were leaning into it hard.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. So I'm glad that who was it? Kid Coheed, you said brought up Roman or Scott. Scott brought up his Rumble appearances. So Roman has put over in terms of like being eliminated by Shinsuke, Randy Orton, and now fucking Drew tonight. So kudos to Roman, man.
And Batista in the first place.
Well, and Batista, but yeah, I mean, Batista didn't need it as much as those other guys. I don't feel like, but I mean, you're still right. You know, you're not wrong. But yeah, I mean, kudos to Roman.
just said, throughout this week, I see a lot of fan theories of what's going to happen between Asuka and Becky after Royal Rumble. Hopefully, we might see a rematch between them at WrestleMania. I feel like you've brought that up like 3 different times, and I really don't think that story is continuing at this point. I think the story was Becky's never beaten Asuka. Now she has. It's over.
Oh, I got the save, yes.
Yeah, great job, dude. You know what I mean, though? Like, there's no more story really left to tell there. It was never Asuka's story. It was always Becky's.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I wish that's gonna go in. I'm on fucking fire
that's gonna be
right
wide
now.
Right, isn't it? Oh,
no, it's not.
Job.
It's it,
yes.
Dude. I'm fucking killing it right now. Holy shit. No, because I want Kabuki Warriors to have a big role at Mania. There's only one good thing. At least they won't drop the tag titles to Charlotte and Natalya now, since Charlotte's gonna be in the fucking women's championship match. Ugh. Fuck me. Which does beg the question. I wonder who they are gonna drop the titles to.
If anyone.
If anyone. I mean, you know,
Tegan and Candice.
That's not a bad choice. Who did they face on that one episode of NXT? Oh, it was
Born
Fly
and
Kicks,
Bougie,
right?
wasn't it?
No, it was Fly Kicks, right? Tegan and
yeah, it was Tegan and Dakota. Yep.
Before Dakota traded up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how did you trade up? She doesn't have any friends anymore.
Yeah. Well, solitude is better than enemies that act like your friends.
Ooh, getting philosophical.
Well, I mean, that's what I do.
Yeah, but you don't often let us peer into that window of your life.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, fuck you guys.
I know, right?
Wait, are you around? Oh, okay, no,
I'm getting boost. Oh, that was a good hit. I can score off of this. Maybe. Might be high. Yes!
No, that's in. Great job, dude. Yeah, so that actually, freeing up Kabuki Warriors with Charlotte winning, that might actually be
Abel makes a good point. Bliss Cross applesauce.
Ah, fuck. You know what, though?
I was actually impressed by Bliss tonight. I was angry as hell that she got the eliminations that she got, because I think she eliminated both Mia and Kyrie.
Yeah.
So that was annoying. But, she did some cool stuff tonight. She took some bumps that a lot of people get on her case for not ever taking, so...
I just want to say, too, speaking of Kyrie, I'm really hoping she's going back to Stardom now, because, I want to believe, because people pointed out, maybe she only got, done like that because she's not re-signing, but I think Vince thinks so little of, like, the Japanese talent that, like, you really can't say definitively if it's because she's not re-signing or just because he doesn't see anything in her.
I mean, dude, it's, like... Another perfect example of Vince not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Io Shirai lost to Sonya Deville last year at Worlds Collide.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, don't get me wrong. It's not like Io's never taken an egregious loss in Stardom before. Mandy Leon tapped her out in a 5-star at one point.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I think 2018, actually. But it was rare. It was like a rare thing, and she was always the cock of the walk. She was always the ace of the company by far.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just feel like with Kabuki Warriors being such compelling television for the women's division in the last few months.
Fuck you.
Oh, damn, they shifted the ball just... Oh, no. I'm going to be done with this game regardless, because I thought this was going to be our game, and I'm just kind of over it at this point. But I will just say... Kabuki Warriors being such a compelling part of programming these last few months. Kyrie working through a fucking injury in a main event, which I heard she got a lot of praise for backstage. And, like, that's the nod you fucking give her, but you give the win to the person who injured her in the first place. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, I mean, not necessarily the person that injured her. We don't know what injured her for sure, but definitely the person that was fucking reckless with her.
Well, yeah, that I can...
Which, I mean, you could argue is just as much of a problem, because if someone... like Tony Storm technically injured Io, but that was an accident. So accidents happen, and people make mistakes, but being reckless with somebody that's injured during a match is so much worse to me than an accident.
And then trying to justify it in that interview, because I haven't forgotten the comment she made. Like, it was a main event, and adrenaline was high, and, like, what are we going to do? It's like, no, you're given these spots like you're a fucking veteran. Act like it and read the goddamn room.
Exactly.
And she gets the Rumble win tonight, so I'm not pleased with that, but it's what the fuck ever.
God, never forget. I was gonna say I would like to keep playing if you're down.
I'd say one more game because I feel like that was the best we're gonna do. Honestly, it just doesn't seem like our night. And I was gonna say that I feel like we're running out of topics, but if there's stuff still want to talk about. I mean, I'm game. So
I mean, we're already talking about it. I figured we could just talk more about like the Io Kyrie Stardom Bushiroad situation.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Javaris even just said in chat, Vince doesn't pay attention to the great Japanese talent because of his blind love for fucking blondes. But did you ever hear the story that apparently Vince was only ever willing to push Gail Kim after he found out that Asian porn existed?
Jesus Christ.
Because like he doesn't feel like American men would ever be attracted to Japanese women. But when I think it was like either Bruce Pritchard or Kevin Dunn or someone in like that group of guys that are like Vince's buddies showed him and told him about Asian porn, and that it was like, and apparently actually Aaron's telling me it was Jim Ross, and I picked the team by the way.
Okay.
That showed Vince that Asian porn was a thing, and that it was like this big like niche fetish category that is really popular on porn sites. And that apparently like opened Vince's eyes to being willing to push Asian women. But of course, Gail Kim was apparently the exception to rule. Just listen to fucking Jim Cornette on every single episode of the Jim Cornette Experience when he talks about Riho.
Yeah. I just feel like Stardom is in such a unique place right now. The content's been compelling. They've got the Bushiroad deal. Like, I just want Kyrie to get out of there. Io, I can't really say as much about because I think Io really wanted to come to WWE. I mean, she jumped through so many hurdles to get here. Does she want to leave?
Yeah, the thing is, dude, like, that's what I'm like, I mean, hell, we've got most of our Stardom sort of audience here anyway. I'm starting to feel like it might be Queen's Quest that gets disbanded in April, not TCS.
Yeah, I could understand that, man.
Because, like, they both just had big main singles title shots, right? And now they're going to have to defend their trios titles against fucking Donna Del Mundo. And, like, they're going to get wrecked. And apparently on the show that happened this morning, Utami had to defend her SWA title against Jamie, so it wouldn't surprise me if Jamie beat her for that. Like, it seems like they're taking all the titles off of QQ right now, which may lead to them getting broken up as a faction. And hell, B left already. So, like, they're already weakened. Like, I would not be surprised if QQ left or got disbanded. And then you already have an open door. Like, hey, QQ is disbanded now, but if Io ever comes back, she could just reform it. No problem.
Yeah. And Io's version of QQ, that could be some great narrative storyline because it would be like, Queen's Quest back with a vengeance kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now we got the fucking OG,
Yeah, exactly. Like, Io hasn't been around since 2018. QQ has already been through one draft without her. And in the year since, they've gained and lost everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody in QQ has ever, or actually, I guess B actually. Nobody in current QQ, post B betrayal, has ever held the red belt. Momo is the only one that's ever held the white belt. Like, they're right now with B gone, that faction looks really weakened.
Stardom is just in a great place right now. I feel like they're getting ready to have a killer 2020, and it's already starting out that way.
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited for them. And to get to experience everything,
from the beginning of the year to the end, yeah. No.
I mean, we're gonna be able to do what's the name of the week called? Where it's like the produced shows?
Golden Week.
That's what Golden Week. We're gonna be able to experience Golden Week, the Cinderella tournament, the draft, another 5-star, which I know this would be our second one, but I feel like this is even more special because we're seeing the whole build to it this time.
Yep.
From the beginning. Yeah, like I'm just really excited to just inject Stardom into my veins and to just fucking do the damn thing this year.
Fuck, they're gonna score again.
But
oh, Jesus.
But yeah, I just feel like Stardom's in a great fucking place right now. I enjoyed the last the Korakuen show that we just covered was so good. Tam, I feel like, is getting ready for a big push, which I'm really excited about because her Twilight Dream suplex, it's one of the most innovative suplexes I've seen in a while. The gear was on point. The new theme was fucking great. Like, she's
And did you see,
screaming.
by the way, she actually gave herself a new nickname, the Super Suplex Machine.
Oh, what? Yes, Tam. Hey, you know I'm all about that technical wrestling and that suit and the suplexes and stuff like that. Tam might make a Fave 5 of mine soon. I don't know if she did the last time. I don't think she did. But yeah, she
And
might
yeah,
actually
dude,
do
that's
it.
actually a great point Jackie made. She said, I mean, the way I see it, QQ was 2 people originally, and if Io had her plans, Thunder Rock would have mentored Hazuki. I mean, if you think about it, dude, QQ was originally Io and Hazuki, and they are both now gone from Stardom entirely.
Yeah.
So it really, like, Momo and Azumi, and that's especially Momo, is like the last sort of remaining original blood in QQ. So I don't know, man. It really seems like now might be the time for them to end that stable, and hope that if Io does come back, they can then use that as an opportunity to reform the stable and in her image again.
Which, if I could talk seriously about Momo Watanabe for a moment, because I know like most of my commentary on her has just been again the shtick and just like all that stuff. I'm really excited about her because I've appreciated Momo in ring for a while. Like even when I was doing the shtick, like she's to me brilliant in the ring. I love her suplexes. I love her striking game. She's more of an homage to fucking Shibata and Ishii to me than fucking Ito wants to be. Like, so. But what really interests me about Momo's character now is now she knows what it's like to be betrayed, which I'm really excited about. Like, she knows what it's like to be betrayed by somebody close to you. She didn't get the big win over Mayu, and she's just going to keep chasing her forever. So I feel like Momo is really vulnerable right now. And I'm just wondering, I'm very curious how Stardom's going to treat that vulnerability.
Well, that's why I think that they're going to disband QQ. You know what? Oh, okay. So I think if they do disband QQ, they could legitimately tell a redemption story of Momo winning the 5-star this year.
Yeah, dude.
Because she would be the representative in the match. She would be the one that would have to lose QQ as a faction. Like she would be the one that would represent QQ. And if she would not get any eliminations, she would end up being the one that causes QQ to be disbanded. So it would be like an absolute bottoming out, like complete, rock bottom for her. And you eventually, she'll get picked up by a new faction. I would vote for TCS because they're like the personality faction to me, and she needs more of one. But I could see her go to Stars. I could see definitely not Oedo Tai. I would say keep her away from Oedo Tai. But yeah, man. Like,
well, if I could just add to that and interject, I don't want to see her in TCS because I feel like it's a known thing, right? The TCS hates Queen's Quest. Well, Konami.
I don't know about that. I didn't know that was a thing. What the hell just happened?
I have no idea.
Because it looked to me like you just scored on us. So I want to see what happened here.
No.
Were you just chasing? Oh yeah, you were just chasing. I see.
Yeah, but no. So I personally want her to go to Stars. Like, I just feel like that would be so fucking rich that the woman that like she's so competitive with in Mayu, like she goes to her faction.
That would be an absolute rock bottom for her because she's always said Stars is nothing without Mayu, and now if someone else would say that, she would be the one being insulted.
Exactly.
She would fucking team up with Tam. Oh my god, I want it now. Yes.
Who Tam beat her in the 5-star last year, and she was so like salty about it.
That was Tam's first win over her, I believe.
Yeah, I want fucking Momo and Stars. I want Queen's Quest to disband, which you've totally sold me on that because I was convinced, and I still am keeping like that 5% margin that that TCS will disband this year.
Oh my god!
But I just feel like...
Can we play a little defense next game, please?
I mean, I'm just enjoying the conversation, dude. Relax, jeez. But yeah, I do think TCS could still disband. I'm keeping a 5% margin on that. Yeah. But you've really sold me on Queen's Quest disbanding. Yeah. So
I think You know, dude, I don't know though, because the thing is, if QQ disbands, you know what's gonna happen is wherever Azumi goes, she's gonna start her own faction from within that faction, and they're gonna end up splitting off.
Right.
God, I love everything about that idea now.
Well, yeah, because I mean, between Tam on the up and up, Mayu is the champion, and Momo's stock just keeps falling, but she's gonna find herself in the orbit of the faction that just is really doing really well, all things considered. They may not have all the hardware to show for it. I'm gonna pick a team, and just so you feel better about it, I'm gonna try and stay in goal. But but you know, I just, yeah, I feel like and I still feel like Julia's gonna have a fucking breakout year this year. I mean, it's already pretty much started.
Yeah.
With her having her own faction, I still think Julia's a favorite to win the 5-star. So,
You know, it's really interesting with Julia because I'm pretty sure that Shuri and Micah are both not signed to Stardom. Like they're both freelance still. I think really, I don't know about Micah, but I'm almost 100% confident that Shuri is still freelance. You know what I mean?
yeah. Which I mean, I definitely want to see more of her. You know, all that history that I heard she had with with Kana and everything. I'm just like, yeah, fucking show that to me. And then meanwhile, you know, thinking about my other favorite promotion in New Japan, like they just got off of an amazing fucking Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
And now Naito's got both the belts. And you know, I know he's got the match with Kenta coming up, which should be solid. I know.
No, dude, I'm sorry. I was actually laughing at a Kid Coheed comment in chat. He was like, OT is likely closer to being gone, you know, with Hazuki gone. And I'm just like, bro, have you not been keeping up? OT is better than ever. Jesus Christ, they are powering the fuck up.
OT like got the fucking like defibrillator to the heart, and now they're like running a fucking marathon. It's like, oh no, we almost like fucking flatlined and went into cardiac arrest. Let's you know, prevent that and become totally fucking OP. So yeah,
yeah. I mean, so now they've got like I think that in their eyes at least, they've replaced Hazuki with Saki, and they've replaced Kagetsu with B, which obviously not suitable replacements in the sense that like nowhere near as talented as their people that they're supposed to be replacing. But I think from like an in Stardom role perspective, it totally works.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you know, Kashima is like the high speed one. B is the main eventer. It definitely works. They've completely reloaded for Oedotai. And again, like if we're just speaking from a talent perspective, obviously it's still a massive sink. But if we're just speaking from like a kayfabe roles perspective, they are completely back to where they started, you know?
Yeah, which I'm still waiting. You know, maybe they'll surprise us. Like I don't, you know, B and Oedotai, I'm really am ambivalent about B. Although she's starting to be growing on me a bit more from the in-ring standpoint. As long as she doesn't she's not overly ambitious in the ring, so to speak.
Yeah, I feel like she's been cooling off a little bit with that lately, and I've really been enjoying her matches a lot more.
I'm actually excited though, because I'll tell you what, I think B really is at her best when she's working alongside Jamie. So I actually am genuinely excited for that tag team. Which, speaking of
Jamie
getting
back,
the
best in everyone.
Oh, Jamie's fucking amazing. I definitely want to see her do a lot more in 2020. But speaking of people I want to see do a lot more in 2020, fucking Konami no longer has that fucking goddess title. So fucking
yeah, she doesn't. Oh man, she still can't beat B. Man, she got pinned by B, middle of the ass ring.
But you know what though? I really do feel like Stardom, especially now with Bushi Road like being the company to it, it's gonna start taking on some of those New Japan feels. Like when Konami finally beats B, it's gonna be a big fucking deal. I'm here for it.
I can see it being for the white belt. I mean, that would require B to win the white belt, which I'm rooting against. But we'll see. Hey, I mean, listen, Aaron, I didn't get to see her runs with Hiroyo or Natsuko, but I'm pretty confident when I say Konami and Jungle is Jungle's best tag team yet.
Oh yeah, I fucking love those two together.
They're an amazing team. I loved them. Loved that run. That tag title run is one of the best I've seen in a while.
Jungle's another one. If any of you guys, because I know Ash, I'm speaking for you, because she was your number one in the latest Fave 5. But if you're a Jungle fan, this should be exciting territory for you guys too, because I just feel like Jungle's the type that could blow up at any moment.
Oh yeah, like it really is like she's in a situation, and I feel like a lot of Stardom was like this, where they're in a position where it's just one decision by whoever has the book to just get behind them to any degree, and they're going to be the biggest star.
Definitely. Because, I mean, Jungle...
I would say both Konami and Jungle are like that, as well as Jamie, and then, like, Arisa, which she's already kind of halfway there with the Wonder Belt. And then...
yeah.
And then, like, Azumi in a year or two.
God, Arisa's just been so fucking good. I'm really ready.
She really is, like, I don't even think she's comparable to Kenny Omega, because to me, she's more consistent than Kenny. Because Kenny obviously had some of the best matches, but he also would be, like... He would just put on these long, drawn-out matches that would get boring to me with people that I felt like they shouldn't be having that long of a match with Kenny Omega, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Aisa, though, like, she's more consistent. Really, to me, she's more comparable to, like, an Okada. Or even, like, God, who was I thinking? Let me back up. Yeah, there we go. Fuck. I had somebody in mind, now I just completely forgot. Great job, man. Who did I have in mind for Arisa? I shouldn't have even said Kenny. AJ Styles. Arisa is like a female AJ Styles to me. Like, she can just work with anyone. She can put on a great match with anyone. She can make anyone look awesome. She can be super legit whenever the hell she wants. She can make you love her. I guarantee you, if she wanted to, she could make you hate her, because she's perfectly capable of being annoying as hell, and Otami got the worst of that.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just think Arisa is super versatile, super consistent, and super amazing.
I don't know if Stardom will ever give her a run with the red belt, but I want them to. Like,
I don't think that it'll be within the next year or two, but I do think she'll win it.
I just feel like her match quality, like, if you wanted to, like, you know, make that red belt seem worthwhile, like, these are can't miss matches. You put Arisa on the fucking marquee, like, that gets it done. She is... I don't know if I've ever seen a more consistent female performer. Like, I know we talk about, like, you know, maybe like an EO, because she does have chemistry with a lot of people, but, like, even then, I'd honestly maybe fight you on it a little. I think Arisa's really good. Really, really good. Yeah. And I honestly... I think one of the biggest matches that Stardom has in its chamber, for me personally, is Arisa versus Mayu for the World of Stardom title. Like, if they want to tell that story, like, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, Ama, baby, Ama.
You want to go after this, or do you think we have enough time for them to like, feed it?
We have 2 seconds. You got to go after that, though. Fuck.
Damn.
Still, though, really strong game. 9-0. That felt good.
Absolutely.
All right, I think we're at a point that we can maybe get one more game in and then definitively call it no matter the result. How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good about that, because this feels pretty good to me.
Yeah.
All right. Just got a message from Deluxe Man here.
Well, he's not Deluxe Man anymore.
Well, just Alex. Just Alex. He said, dude, Edge is back. My heart swelled when I saw him come out. Same, brother, same.
Yeah.
You know, it's good shit. It's good fucking shit. So yeah, I mean,
it was
again,
really cool just to see him come out, and then the look on his face when the crowd lost it for him. You could definitely see his eyes welling up, and then he was like, "Gotta get back into it," and he did his little pose with the metal horns as he got all the pyro in the world. It was just such a cool moment.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing with him and Orton being like, "Hey, bro, remember me?"
Yeah, exactly.
It was really cool, for sure. Poor Beth, man. She's stuck with all the kids now.
Yeah. Dang.
I think they have like 2 or 3 kids.
Damn. Good for Edge, man. Good for Edge. All right. Are we good to pick a team here? I didn't know if you wanted to read any chat comments or anything. All right. I guess I'll pick a team then.
Apparently, Edge's first tweet after his first appearance in WWE in 9 years was that his wife's a badass.
Nice.
Yeah, we actually kind of discussed that briefly in between the end of the Rumble and us getting on here. The spot where Beth got whatever whatever, she was bleeding at one point, and that's why she had like the red in her hair. But the spot that caused that, it was they were up against the turnbuckles. She was up on the top turnbuckle, and Bianca was doing forearms to Beth. And I guess Beth must have just sold one of them a little bit too much, because she flung her head back and cracked the back of her head on the top of the ring post.
Yeah, you could even see in one jib, I think Bianca was like communicating with Beth, and
Yeah, exactly. And Drake too. Drake got up, or one of the refs got up on the apron to communicate as well.
So kudos to everybody. How come Bianca can read a room better than fucking Charlotte? I mean, granted, I guess a cut's more visible than a concussion, but still, like, just kudos to everybody.
I mean, did you see how Kyrie was acting? Are we really sure that a cut's more visible than that? Jesus.
Yeah. So, like, kudos to fucking everybody for being able to read the room and, react accordingly.
Yeah.
Any more with me being quote unquote smart enough, and the biggest thing I'll pop for is just workers protecting each other and being safe. You'll love to see it.
Yeah.
Great job, man. So yeah, it was cool to see Beth, and she did fine. Again, Bianca, I cannot wait for her to come over to the mirror. Like, her having that performance makes me so excited for Portland now, regardless of Bianca's matchup, because I really do feel like they're going to take care of her on the main roster. I mean, I say that, and I know WWE can fuck it up in a moment's notice, like, I'm aware, but that was a really strong rub to give her.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck. I just can't get over it. They gave her 8 eliminations. Like, I would have been happy if they gave her, like, 3 eliminations, and they gave her, like, fucking 8. That's... wow.
Yeah, she was dominant, man. She was awesome.
Papa H has got to be so proud. And you know what, though? Even though I utterly loathe Charlotte, I mean, I know she's spoken highly of Bianca, and maybe her eliminating Bianca, I could see them maybe, like, planting seeds for a program down the road. Because if Charlotte has as much stroke as as we believe she does, I could see her vocalizing wanting to work with Bianca, just because she feels like, she likes her and they could do stuff. Maybe they come from, like, similar backgrounds. Charlotte originally doing volleyball and stuff like that, and Bianca having the background she does. So that could be good for Bianca, provided she actually, would win a fucking match and go over. But, yeah.
Not against Charlotte, of course.
Yeah. But, I mean, just speaking about all that, women's wrestling is in a very interesting place on the whole. Now, obviously, there are places, like, I know a lot of our fans like Pro Wrestling Eve and stuff like that. I don't have my finger on the pulse with that, like, nearly as much. But the NXT women's division is looking solid. Can't wait for Io to get back from her injury, because I feel like she still has an integral part to play in it. And
if there's one other women's promotion that I would really want to try and get into, it would actually be TJPW.
I think you've told me about that before.
Yeah, because they already have 3 women that I have at least some investment in, because they've got Yuka Sakazaki, who we know from AEW and love, because she was like the magical girl.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got Maki Ito, which I don't know.
Who's amazing.
Yeah. Fuck you all. And then they've also got Miyu Yamashita, who I actually really I've seen a few clips of her, and I really like her. She seems really charismatic. I'd like to see more from her, because I've also seen like a clip of a match between her and Yuka, and it was really well done. It was a spot where Yuka sat Miyu on an upside down table and slid her down a flight of stairs.
So, guys, ahead of our post-Rumble Raw live reaction...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Shoko Nakajima is also in TJPW.
Oh, nice.
Do you remember Shoko?
Vaguely, I think.
She was B's tag partner on the one pre-show for AEW.
Oh, nice.
It was Shoko and B against Riho and Britt.
Very nice.
Do you remember that match at all?
No.
It was the one where Britt went to tag the wrong person.
Great teamwork there, man.
You hear me?
Yeah, where B went, fucking
Britt was like concussed.
Tag the wrong person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she
unfortunately.
The wrong Japanese girl.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, I was just going to ask earlier before Ashley finished expounding upon TJPW, ahead of our Raw live reactions tomorrow for the post-Rumble Raw, What are you guys most looking forward to? Because I think I'm most looking forward to, and that should go in if we can follow up on it. Don't be too aggressive. There we go.
Good job.
I think I'm most looking forward to just anything Drew, because I'm just so happy for his win. And really, now that I know that Charlotte's going to be in the Roman Championship picture, that does get me more excited for Kabuki Warriors. Although I do think, was it Abel that said Bliss Cross applesauce kind of team there?
Yep.
Somebody suggested that. Yep. So yeah, Abel, both handsome and
leave it to Abel to be the one person in our chat that actually thinks of an Alexa Bliss thing.
Yeah. So I'm curious what you guys are most hyped about, because I know the Rumble was rough in some parts, but maybe Raw.
Mainly the women's Rumble was rough, because like men's Rumble, like especially rewatching it and not having technical difficulties, the men's Rumble was dope as fuck.
Yeah, I enjoyed the fuck out of it.
I would say the worst part of the men's Rumble was Matt Riddle, honestly, getting bitched out as quickly as he did.
By fucking Corbin of all people again. God damn.
It's weird because it's almost like they're basically trying to make Riddle's gimmick that he like over celebrates. Because he got RKO'd by Orton while he was celebrating eliminating Orton. And then he got eliminated by Corbin while he was celebrating hitting the like ripcord knee on Edge.
Yeah.
And he was like trying to listen for bro chants and he was like celebrating. And then he got thrown out by Corbin. So like the character, as far as anyone that only watches main roster knows, Matt Riddle is just like this arrogant over celebrator who just thinks way too much of himself. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, which
it's really bad.
It is. I don't really like that. I don't care for that at all.
Yeah, exactly. My mom just said it sounds like they're trying to say he's not ready yet, and that's exactly how it comes off. It's like they're trying really hard to make it seem like Matt Riddle isn't ready for the big stage yet.
I mean, you know, I've spoken about Matt Riddle constantly. That's
great job. They're giving him a very amateurish feeling, is what it is.
Which sucks, because you know the way I've spoken about him, and you know his body of work speaks for itself. I mean, this guy is like Kurt Angle-esque, including the fucking charisma. Like, he doesn't even have the Jack Swagger problem where he has the credentials but not the personality. Like, no, he's got it all.
I mean, let's be fair. Jack Swagger didn't really have the credentials either. He wasn't a fucking Olympian.
I mean, not an Olympian, no, but he was a very accomplished amateur wrestler. But fucking Matt Riddle, even though he's not an Olympian either.
So you're telling me he's Chad Gable but tall?
Yeah, pretty much.
But I don't think Riddle's an Olympian either, so I get the Jack Swagger comparison.
But, like, yeah, he's got the personality to boot. You know, he does have a good look. I would say definitely superior to Gable. I mean, when you get a nickname like Shorty G, you know, you don't really have much competition beyond that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like, in Vince's mind, Gable has got like a 5th percentile look, whereas Riddle's probably closer to like 75th percentile, 80th percentile, somewhere around there.
Exactly.
In Vince's mind, Triple H is the 100th percentile look, and Batista. Like, that's the ideal look. I think I've actually figured out what makes a good look in wrestling. And it's really simple once it clicks in your mind, but it never really clicked in my mind before the last few, like, months or so. Maybe the last few years, I don't know. But I think the ideal look in wrestling is just someone that looks like a superhero. That's really all it comes down to.
Yeah.
Like, if you look like a superhero, if you look like you belong on the pages of a comic book, you have a good look for pro wrestling. You know? It's that simple. Assholes.
That was still a great game to close out on.
Great game to close out on. And I love how we knew we were closing out on that, and we fucking delivered, baby.
Absolutely. Guys.
Oh! Sorry, I just saw a message from Aaron. And earlier on in chat, Aaron said that, where was it? Tokyo, or no, where was it? It's further back than that. Surugame is taking on Azumi in a 3-way match with Kobayashi at Kagetsu's retirement from wrestling show. So Gato moving Stardom in a match not too shabby. And I was like, I don't recognize that name, Kobayashi. I was like, I've been reading a lot more about this Kaho Kobayashi, and I was curious if it was her, but I just don't know if there's somebody named Kamui Kobayashi. And then just now he corrected himself. It is Kaho Kobayashi. So that's exciting as fuck. I want to check that out.
Yeah.
Because I know you're also not familiar with Kaho Kobayashi, but I've been reading a lot about her, and I've been seeing more information on her, and she's definitely an exciting prospect to keep an eye on too. Like, I don't think she's super young. Like, she's not Azumi tier as far as like just ridiculous talent for age kind of thing.
Yeah.
She's a very interesting prospect to me. But yeah, apparently we're gonna the Many Faces, which is Kagetsu's retirement show, is going to be Kaho Kobayashi versus Azumi versus Mei Suruga. So,
Very interesting.
yeah, I know that there's like I saw that there were going to be a lot of people that we're familiar with on that retirement show, and obviously a lot more that we're not familiar with. But pretty much everybody in Oedo Tai is going to be there, save for Saki, and I guess B maybe because Kagetsu already said that she couldn't make room for Saki, which is why she wanted to team with her one last time. So, but yeah, man, a lot of good stuff going on in wrestling right now. And even if there is some bad alongside it, Raw reactions tomorrow night are going to be very interesting for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We will see you guys then for Raw Live reactions. Very much looking forward to it. And yeah, just you guys, your energy was fucking amazing for this whole thing. Glad we had a very dominant game to close this out.
Yeah.
I know that was very frustrating in parts. But yeah, we will see you guys then. And Ashton, you can take us home on this, bud.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna do like the whole expanded outro. I am just gonna ask everybody to follow us, subscribe over on YouTube, and if you can afford it, over here as well on Twitch. If you are on YouTube, like the video, and click those bell icons. And we are going to be doing live reactions to Raw tomorrow night. So, and then by tomorrow night, I mean Monday night when Raw actually happens. But we hope that you all enjoyed this Rocket League stream. I'm probably going to put this up on YouTube just because I'm sure people will be curious. But we hope that you all enjoyed, and we'll see you all for Raw tomorrow night. And if you're not into Raw, then I guess we'll see you for NXT or Stardom or SmackDown or 205. We're also going to be doing Q&A on Thursday night. So there are a lot of things that we're going to be doing this week. The schedule is pinned on my Twitter, so the Twitter is all kind of set up. Kid Coheed just said maybe some Brawlhalla next weekend. John doesn't play Brawlhalla anymore, Kid Coheed. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a whole lot this week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Really, we do have only one planned afternoon recording, which is obviously the Stardom show that we're going to be live reacting to, but we don't know when that'll be. It'll either be Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, depending on when they get it uploaded. Till then, though, we hope that you guys enjoyed, and we hope that you, of course, remember to stay tuned.